The Venezuelan government says that President Chavez is still experiencing breathing difficulties following his cancer surgery in Cuba that happened last December. The president is back in Venezuela and being treated there. The latest from Caracas, here's Stephen Gibbs.
Well, after no details at all as to the president's health since he arrived here on Monday morning, the government has released some limited details in the last 24 hours. But across this country, there's plenty of speculation as to what is going on. Gustavo is a dedicated supporter of President Chavez. And it seems that now he's also a close neighbour. His mechanic shop is overlooked by the hospital where the president is being treated. And Gustavo is worried.
What we want is that the president appears, or that a photo is taken to see how he is. But it needs to be taken by one of us, the people, to prove how the president of the republic is doing. Because up until now, only the government has seen him.
The president is understood to be on the 9th floor of this hospital. Since his arrival was announced, security has been stepped up. No images of the president have been released since these taken in Cuba last week. Following his latest cancer surgery, he's been breathing via a tube. The first update after the president's return to Venezuela seemed noticeably downbeat.
The respiratory insufficiency that arose in the surgery in the weeks after persists, and the trend is not favorable.
Previous statements on President Chavez's health have always said he's improving. This one didn't. Meanwhile, Nicolas Maduro is taking an ever higher profile as vice president of Venezuela and Hugo Chavez's chosen successor. But what does Gustavo think of the vice president?
I am not in agreement with Maduro. I am a Chavista. I am with the president. We want Chavez to recover. He is the leader, the greatest. The others are not the same.
Outside the hospital, there's evidence of preparations for a government press conference. But what might be about to be announced, no one seems to know. And that press conference yet to take place.
Stephen, you pointed out that the comments seem rather downbeat. We know that there was the social media, the tweeting that he was coming back to Venezuela. Has there been any kind of comment at all from the president, any news from the president at all?
Well, just in the last few hours at a conference in Equatorial Guinea, the Venezuelan foreign minister did read out a letter purportedly from President Chavez. In it, he apologized for not attending that conference between African and Latin American leaders, and he ended saying, "We will live and we will triumph." And this is indicative of the Venezuelan government's position, and that is really that there is a president here in Venezuela, and that president is President Chavez.
All right, Stephen Gibbs, live for us in Caracas. Thanks so much.